Ready, Vice Mayor.
Okay, Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting Monday, February 26, 2024, officially open at 7:38. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
Present.
Councilman Durant Daniels. No response. Councilwoman Tanya Key. No response. Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
Councilwoman Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
We have 5 who are present, 2 who were absent. Councilman Daniels said that he would be coming to council meeting, so I guess he'll be here a little late. And Councilwoman Tanya Key did send an email requesting to be excused because she has to work.
Thank you. We, first of all, welcome to the People's House. And we're going to have, it left, it went over the cliff. Brandon McIntosh, Pastor Ebenezer Baptist Church, to come and open us up with prayer. Thank you, Pastor.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
I pray all is well. Let us bow, let us pray. Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the opportunity to serve humanity in this capacity. God, I pray as your servant in this area, oh God, that you give all these persons even greater levels of wisdom. I pray that you give them a greater level of communication one to the other. I pray that you give them favor and much success in this area, oh God. I pray that by their faithfulness and their commitment to servanthood, oh God, that you continue to bless Lincoln Heights. All these positions, all these roles, all these titles, oh God, we thank you for what they do. I pray that you cover us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Man, thank you. Stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll have the swearing in of Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey as mayor. So, Councilwoman, would you stand before the mic along with Mrs. Depop so that you can take this seat?
Ms. Kinsey Mumphrey, Deepak Desai, Law Director for Lincoln Heights. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pursuant to Article 9, Section 9.01 of the Village Charter, all officials are to take the oath of office upon embarking upon their duties. Would you prefer to say I swear or affirm?
I can say I swear.
Okay. If you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and will obey the laws thereof,
and will obey the laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
in all respects,
in all respect,
observe the provisions of the Charter
observe the provisions of the Charter
and the ordinances of the municipality
and the ordinance of the municipalities
of Lincoln Heights,
of Lincoln Heights,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties that I am about. I had it almost together. the duties that I am upon which
I'm about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Yay!
Don't move so fast.
No. I need to give up this seat, believe me. Yeah, I'm running.
Yes.
Watch out for your purse there, Ruby.
You need your money with you. Yeah. Did this seat feel better to you, Mayor? Did this seat over here feel better?
No, this, it don't matter, we'll take care of it later. You're good.
No, I wanted that chair.
Oh. We
No,
could
I
have switched.
understand it,
You want to
yes.
switch? We could switch.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right, I want to first start by thanking council for returning me back to this seat. It has been a very long 2 months, I would say, 6 weeks. But I do understand the task that all of council has upon us, and I promise that going into 2024, as we continue to move the village forward, that we come together. That's my goal, that, you know, we have so much work to do. The village, we have a lot of work to do, and we've lost 2 months of that, actually 3. But looking forward to getting everyone's committee information in so we can start fresh next month to start having back our standing committees. So look forward to sending that, look forward in your emails to see that information roll out by Friday. If there's any that have not shared what committees that they would like to be on, please reach out to our clerk, Lisa Randolph, so we can work to get those committees running. Our residents, we always invite them to come out. Every other Monday, we have our standing committee meetings, and then we have our regular council meetings that we have. So I'm looking forward to another 2 years as the mayor, and I'll continue to work with the residents and our partners. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go straight into acceptance of the agenda. Yeah, it looks like we have it looks like it's mainly consent agenda. I don't know if she has it on here. No, it's not on here. Oh, it's down at the bottom.
Yeah.
When I get there. Okay, all right. Also, Ms. Randolph, let the record show that Mr. Daniels is here as well.
I have him marked 7:42.
So I know he's still going through some things that are out there. So I wanted to know if anyone had any objections as far as the items on the consent agenda that's listed.
We got our consent agenda?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. We do have 3 items on the consent agenda. These are all from the administration, simply asking for supplemental appropriations as we do from time to time. So those are the items on there. They are different amounts, and one of them is coming out of the capital outlay, department capital outlay line item, as opposed to the other governmental service. So that's why they're broken down into 3 separate pieces of legislation. But they are, again, supplemental appropriations that are ideal for the consent agenda. So if nobody has any objections to that, what will happen is when we get to that part of the agenda, the mayor will ask, is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda? And council will say yay or nay, and then that will take care of those items in one fell swoop. Please note that because these are supplemental appropriations, the last section of each of those resolutions states that pursuant to Article 4, Section 4.10E as an elephant, that they take effect immediately, so we do not need to pass them on an emergency basis.
Any questions? Okay. All righty.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about that, but want to excuse Tanya Key from the meeting tonight. I think we should have done that before, but we didn't do it.
We still can.
Okay.
Okay.
I motion to excuse Tanya Key from the meetings tonight.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber. Yes. Councilwoman Nona Calhoun-Munya.
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
And Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. No, 6 aye votes, I apologize. 6 aye votes. And that motion does pass to excuse Councilwoman Tanya Key from tonight's meeting.
All right, thank you. Yes. For the record, no one objected to the consent agenda. There was no objections on it. Okay. All right, then we'll go straight into motion order for the filing of the journal for the committee of the whole meeting minutes.
Acceptance 6.
Oh,
I move to accept the present agenda.
Second that.
it's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, then we'll go into motion in order to accept committee of the whole meeting minutes of February 12th and regular council meeting minutes of February 12th with any necessary corrections.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Let's have it. Announcements, Councilman Daniels?
Yes, just want to make an announcement. I want to thank the young people who put together the Black History Month Trivia Night and Movie Night last Friday. It was a great success and a great turnout. Continue to thank them for the work they're doing for the residents of Lincoln Heights and engaging them. So thank you to the young people of Lincoln Heights for putting that on.
Right. Councilwoman Calhoun-Munya?
I don't have anything.
Okay, all right. Councilwoman Key?
Oh, she's not
Absent.
here.
I'm so used to the roll call.
Okay.
Councilwoman Baber?
No announcements.
Thank you. Councilwoman Mitchell? Any announcement for
I don't
you?
have any announcements other than I'd just like to again recognize the Society of the Transfiguration and St. Monica's Recreation Center. The Transfiguration, which is in Glendale, celebrating 125 years. St. Monica's 50 years for St. Monica's Recreation Center, but 40 years for St. Monica's House. The Society of the Transfiguration and St. Monica's has been very instrumental in the village in terms of creating St. Simon's School and participating with the village on a number of things, and they do so much for our children. So I just want to give recognition to them.
Vice Mayor Charles Jeter?
Well, I also want to say something about St. Simon and St. Monica that I did not know about until yesterday. I learned a lot. It was a great event, and also thank Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell and now Mayor returning Ruby Kinsey Mumfree and our Clerk of Council for getting the proclamation ready. If you were not there and did not hear it, you need to get a sample copy of it. So it was put together and well done. Thank you again, Councilwoman Mitchell, for reading it, because I could not walk up those steps. There was nothing that I could do with yesterday but go home and cry after that because I was in severe pain. So again, thank you all, and this is what I like when we step up to the plate and do the thing together. Thanks. The second thing is that Lincoln Heights Missionary Baptist Church is happy, and they talk about it all the time. Coming to the village, bring the gospel to the village. That will happen on August the 25th. So if you don't have that date, please put on your calendar, August the 25th, Sunday, August the 25th, from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. And they're going to have a variety of things for all ages to do. So if you are excited about it, please come out and have a great day. More information will be coming as I sit on that committee as a church member and part of council. So that's it. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes,
I do
ma'am.
have another announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put out there that the Princeton Education Foundation is holding its annual gala on March 16th. And so we encourage people to get tickets. They're $100. If you are a business, please contact Princeton for sponsorship information. The funds raised goes towards our scholarships for students who have accums of 2.5 to 2.9, and it also provides for the scholarships for the elementary schools, high school, middle school to get certain items or do certain programs that the school doesn't normally do. So it's a good deal.
Councilwoman Mitch, I did want to ask, will they be doing the silent auction again this year?
Yeah, they'll have baskets. They'll be doing that as
Okay.
well.
So I know normally
They didn't ask.
they didn't ask
We
the
didn't ask the
municipalities.
municipalities to do baskets. We had enough
Okay,
already.
okay, good.
And it's gonna be held where?
At the Delta on Chester Road,
Okay. All right, thank you.
5:30 to 11.
All right. Then I didn't see any hearing from the residents, but I want to thank the ones that are out here that are here in the audience. Next, we have our regular agenda, communications from the Clerk of Council, Lisa Randolph.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have, actually, it's 3 different organizations and/or churches who are having a Lenten fish fry. So I am going to read a flyer for each one. We have, the first one is St. Simon's. They have theirs on every Friday from February 16th through the 29th of March, and it's from 12 to 7 p.m. Their menu is catfish, whiting, perch, homemade sides, baked beans, green beans, mac and cheese, and coleslaw, and some desserts. So that is one church that's having a fish fry. The second one is Towns Chapel CME Church. They're located at 1349 Chamberlain Avenue, and their fish fries take place every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. They're offering fresh fish, fries, and coleslaw, dinners as well as sandwiches. The third one is the Pride of the Valley, number 95. They're having their Lenten season fish fry as well. And they are having whiting tilapia catfish. And it's every Friday from the 16th of February until March 22nd from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they're located at 300 North Wayne Avenue. I forgot to give the address for St. Simon's. That address is 810 Matthews Drive. And those are the announcements that I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, I don't think I have any.
Yes.
It is?
It's in your packet. I'll give you mine.
All right, that leaves me with the communications from the Mayor's Court Report for January 2024. So in your packet, you have the Mayor's Monthly Court Report. Listed as total to the state, $87.50. Total to other entities, including restitution, $1.50. Total bonds forfeited to the village, $250. Total to the village, including miscellaneous receipts and adjustment BAs, $314. Total to be dispersed, $653. So, as you see, our numbers are dwindling, and we do know the tickets are now going downtown. I do see the bank reconciliation on the back part of it, so I will be reviewing that with the clerk of court. because it's showing it's a negative of $353. So we will be able to give an update on that at the next council meeting on the variance to see where that's coming from. Any questions? If there's no questions, motion to accept the monthly court report for January.
Motion.
Second.
It's moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. So that leaves next. Communications from our interim village manager, Mr. Michael Lemon.
Thank you, Mayor. I was advised by Vice Mayor Childs Jeter that she attended the county commissioners meeting last week, and they announced that they were adding $701,000 to the Hamilton County Mortgage Assistance Program. For those that are having trouble meeting their mortgage payments, you can go to our website or to Facebook, and there is a link connecting you to the Hamilton County web address for assistance, for an application for assistance. And so I encourage anyone that might be having difficulty to visit that website at the county through either our website or directly through the Hamilton County website to seek assistance. Vice Mayor, you may have some additional comments.
I believe that also included taxes, that, you know, you have the new tax numbers. Was that included in that? They talked about it. But you can find all the information out on the application. You must be an owner of the property to apply for it. Yeah.
Yes.
And
So-
I was not in person. I was on their their network thing, and ICRC, and heard it, because I do go to those meetings on most Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. And I encourage all the council, if you are available, to just check it out, and you may hear some of this. So Mr. Lemon did check it out for us and found out that it is available to our citizens out here, and some may need that at this time. That's all.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. On a Memorial Field update, I just wanted to advise everyone that the park horse equipment that we've been seeking, I'm meeting with a company this Thursday to identify some equipment that we can purchase and install. This would come from a grant that we received from Hamilton County, a mini grant. This spring for baseball, and then hopefully we'll continue to make improvements such that football will be available in the fall. At the same time, we've approved to move forward with the design of the concession stand, a brand new concession stand. The old one would be torn down, and a new one with bathrooms installed. We're also looking at the possibility of fixing the light fixtures in the park and putting in security cameras as well. But I will say that the light fixtures are going to be a little more challenging because we did get a reimbursement check from our insurance company for the copper that was stolen from the lights in the amount of $66,000, but to fix all the light fixtures so that they operate, to fix the scoreboard, and to fix some of the vandalism that occurred during the theft of the copper, the total estimate is $141,000. So we'll have to come up with the additional amount, and of course that may be one of the things I apply for a grant from CDBG, but we are trying to get that field in tip-top shape and open as quickly as possible. I also applied for a grant, a mini grant. It's called an event grant from Hamilton County. And I applied for a fine arts series in Lincoln Heights, which would include Shakespeare in the Park, the Cincinnati Black Theater Company, and the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra Ensemble. There'll be more information coming forth. Hopefully we'll get that grant. And if we do, we'll put out information regarding the timing of those events as well as other events that we hopefully will have throughout the summer months soon. So keep your eyes open for that. And then on Paint the Town, we did have 25 applications. We were hoping to get around 40 some, but the Paint the Town group will be coming to the community to scout the applicants and whether they're eligible or not. And while they're here, they'll be scouting some additional homes that may be eligible and contact those individuals. So hopefully we'll have a good 15 homes that will be painted by Paint the Town, the exteriors painted. So it's a great thing for the community, and we're looking forward to finding out who those 15 homes will be. And then last week, I attended a SORTA meeting at the Summit Hotel in Madisonville. SORTA is the Southwest Ohio Regional Transit Authority. And at that meeting, they told us about all their upcoming plans. They told us about some of their successes. And then once they did all that, they gave us something that we can all be very proud of, and that is they gave us a check. That check is made out to the Village of Lincoln Heights for $2,600,000. I don't want to sell it short. $2,647,412. That's wonderful. That's going to provide grant money to improve our infrastructure. It's designed specifically for streets on this $2.6 million. And the good thing is this is money that we'll be getting to make these improvements that reduce the burden of our residents of the community in terms of keeping these streets in good condition. So we're very happy and proud to receive this. And at the same
Good deal.
I have been requested to do a photo op with the council members, perhaps after the meeting, that we can take a picture and send it to SORTA.
We need to do that, not after the meeting. We need to do it before that. We can do it, oh, you can do it now. You have your camera ready? Yeah, we can do it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And there's a reason for that. You'll find out later.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so do we want to all gather up in front? With a big smile?
Oh, okay. Inside the circle. Inside the circle. All capital.
I'm gonna turn this over to somebody because I'm excusing myself from the photo.
No, you can't. You have to be in the photo.
I didn't participate in the.
You're gonna see it through.
I will, yeah.
So you would change your mode button here. You get to go there.
I put it on
Auto,
aperture.
yeah.
Aperture.
Yeah. So no,
I
yeah.
don't know what happened. Except for darkness. Thank you.
They might use that other kind of key. Back there.
2:08 is the widest on this lens. That means, okay, we're in session. I'm sorry.
Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, that's a
Thank you.
lot. Yeah.
I know the residents would be very happy about that, and to see some more streets are gonna be planned to get repaved and everything.
So can we place that in the foyer out there?
Check.
The check.
Oh,
So that when people come through, they can actually see that.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, put it on the easel.
Yes. That'd be great.
Okay. So Mr. Desai, he's gonna do his report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I didn't make a motion to accept. Motion to accept, Mr. Lemon, our interim manager's report.
Second. Oh, second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. Yes, Mr. Desai?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Traditionally, at the second meeting of regular meetings of the month, I will give a solicitor's report. I will be brief. We, of course, have the normal day-to-day stuff that's handled out of my office, which is working with council and administration on things such as legislation preparation, of course, attending the meetings, and then other general matters that come up regarding public records requests, Open Meetings Act, those sorts of things. In addition to that, we do have some other stuff going on that are outside of the order. If you will recall, the village has moved to the UNA accounting system, and Mr. Key asked me to prepare, I think as part of his year-end checklist, a contingent liability letter. This letter is very similar to the one we do for the auditor of state. So that was prepared for 2023. There was nothing of major significance on that besides what council is already aware of. We did have outreach from Miss Robb. I generically refer to it as the port. I think she might actually be with HERC, which is one of the managed entities of the port. But we had outreach from Miss Robb regarding 810 Adams. If you remember last year, council had passed a couple pieces of legislation, one with which was to enter into the memorandum of understanding with the port on potential development of village-owned properties. Then there was specific legislation passed donating 810 Adams to the port for construction of homes. My understanding is they're going to split that lot, do 2 homes on it, and it's going to fit in within nicely with other properties they own. So we got the compliance agreement and the deed and other associated documents reviewed, slightly revised, and from our standpoint, they're ready to be signed. So as soon as Mr. Reck from the port has a chance to review those and give his approval, those documents will be signed. We do continue to grapple with certain businesses operating without licenses. We are addressing that, but gratefully we did get a handful of businesses that, in response to a recent letter from my office, did contact Ms. Peterson and have made arrangements to get those licenses and then the associated withholding accounts and whatnot set up. You have been receiving some emails from Mr. Lemon about the community reinvestment area that will benefit the village of Lincoln Heights. So the contract with Alloy Development had come in. Mr. Lemon was kind enough to provide me with a copy of that contract. I had reviewed it. everything is in order. So that piece of it, at least from the law director's office, is in place. I think the final thing that I would like to bring up is we have had Mr. Key has reached out to me about a couple of things, one of which had to do with what are our obligations when it comes to publishing notice. So as you know, with certain items, we have to actually publish notice in a newspaper. Depending on how it reads, it varies on what we use. But one of the mechanisms or mediums that we use is the Cincinnati Herald. So I was glad that Mr. Key reached out to me about that. The key thing being, if it says a newspaper of general circulation within the community, we can use the Herald. If it says, for example, just a newspaper of general circulation, that's when we usually go to the Inquirer. We obviously prefer to use the Herald because of the expense increase when we go to the Inquirer. As it concerns council, as you know, there is an expense budget for council members for educational training, and that includes attending educational conferences connected with municipal affairs, and there is a provision if there needs to be overnight, a stay overnight to provide for lodging. And Mr. Key wanted to confirm that an Airbnb, which of course has become very prevalent nowadays, would constitute acceptable lodging, which I said it would. And I think the same thing would go for Verbo or any of those type of sites where you are acquiring lodging for purposes in connection with educational training. That's all I have for this month. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
I have a question. Could you go into a little bit of detail about how the injunctions would work? You know, what
In
the
terms of
process
what,
is.
In terms of what, I'm sorry?
For the businesses.
For the businesses.
Yeah, how does that going to work, and how long does that take?
Well, hopefully what happens is when a business comes into Lincoln Heights, or if they've been here and we're unaware, they're going to go to the finance department, or I should say finance division, which is a division of the tax department, and see Ms. Peterson. And Ms. Peterson's going to give you an application to apply for a business license. It's a nominal fee, and then, of course, it can be renewed annually. She'll also help you get all of your tax accounts set up, so your withholding accounts for purposes of municipal income tax. So the place to start is with Ms. Peterson for getting your business license, and then she'll take care of any associated matters as well pertaining to tax accounts. Did that answer the question, Ms. Mitchell?
That's part of it, but the other part is what happens once we approach those individuals who have not paid. What's that court proceeding like?
So, you know, we obviously like to build relationships not only with our residents, but also the businesses in our community. So we try very hard to knock on the door half a dozen or more times to let businesses know that, at least according to our records, they're operating a business within our territory and therefore must comply with having a business license, and our records show that they do not. Many businesses do respond to that, not all. And so after a certain period of time, if we do not get a response, we will actually go to court and ask the court to order the business to be in compliance with our laws.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Desai, I did want to ask something regarding travel. So I know previously my clerk of court, when she had training a couple of months ago, a new policy was in place, was put in where she had to pay for her travel there and had to wait to be reimbursed, like her meal and travel. I guess the gas part, just the gas part. And she was informed that the village usually would do, would give them for their mileage before they went. And so she was not allowed to do that. So I wanted to find out when it comes to Mr. Key, is that it's going to still stay there, because, you know, people may not have those funds out of pocket when they're going to the training. So I just needed to ask that to be looked in, because that was a policy that was put in place when Ms. Bowers went to training up in Columbus. I think farther up in Columbus, she had to do that. And it was thrown out there because that wasn't the norm.
Right.
But she, yeah,
We were made aware of that policy ahead of time.
the previous manager put that in place, and I wanted to
And
know.
we were aware of it
Yeah, I think he may have said
prior
that.
to her.
No.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
no, ma'am, it wasn't,
Okay.
it wasn't prior. It just, as soon as we put the information in, she had to come out of her pocket. And so I wanted to make sure if that's still standing, because, you know, it was difficult for her to get there. She was able to do that. And I wanted to make sure when anybody else goes training, they don't have to worry about that. So I didn't know. Yeah.
I'm not sure how Mr. Key is handling that. I will certainly make a note. I'll send him an email and let him know that you had a question about that. And,
Okay.
and ask him to email you. Is that okay, Mr. Lemon?
You know, he talked to me about it. Sorry, he talked to me about it, and I understand that Mr. Holbert put into place a policy that you would be reimbursed upon, you know, your return. Nothing about it was to, I think, to change what had existed previously, which was you would be given a per diem in advance of the meeting, and. You know, my question was, well, how do you keep track of the per diem and whether people actually use it or not? And he said, I don't know. No, he didn't say that, but, you know, it's all dependent upon receipts. But you know, either way is fine with me. I think, you know, a lot of communities will provide a credit card to be used. But, you know, if that's not acceptable, then, you know, I can certainly see providing an advance so people don't have to take it out of their own pocket. But
That was the per diem for her meals and for her, the gas she had to pay to go up there. And I just wanted to get that clear because I know there's a lot of training coming up and we want to make sure that they don't have to run across that and find out the last minute because that's what happened.
Well, I don't see it being an issue or a problem as long as documentation is provided to the village of those expenses, and then if there's any differential, it's returned to the village. I just don't see that as being an issue, but I think it needs to be clarified.
Yeah, okay.
The last time I went to Columbus, I did the per diem. They gave us a per diem, but
Yeah.
I turned in my mileage when I came back and was reimbursed for that. So,
Yeah,
I
she
don't
had
know.
to wait till she got back to get the per diem.
the per diem too, so it was,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she almost wasn't able to go because of that, because it was like we put in information and they said, no, you can't do that. And I just wanted to make sure nobody runs into that, won't have any problems trying to go to their trainings.
So, you know, let me do this because obviously Mr. Key needs to be able, along with Mr. Lemon, to have policies consistent with our rules that allow them to keep track of taxpayer dollars. There is a council rule, it's 38.077 subsection C as in cat. And the way it reads, it seems to me that it contemplates an allowance or a per diem. But there are some things that council members, and I guess presumably the clerk would have to do as well, which is that you have to submit a written request at least 2 weeks prior to the date of the event. That goes to the mayor. She confirms availability of funds based on the budget. And then if there are funds, she forwards that to the manager for signature and submission to the finance department. So there is a process that's laid out in our rules of council, and it seems to contemplate the per diem allowance approach. I do think, you know, again, you know, always we want to make sure our financial house is in order. So to the extent Mr. Key or Mr. Lemon, you know, need to implement, you know, safeguards and checks and balances for this, you know, be patient with that. But I'll reach out to Mr. Key. I'll attach 38.077C to my email. I'll let him know the discussion came up. and if he could clarify, after talking with Mr. Lemon, if he could clarify how that'll be handled moving forward. Okay?
Sounds good. Great. Anything else? That's all you had?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we'll go straight into old business. Motion in order for the resolution of 2024 R14.
And Mayor, if I could just jump in, since we are on the second reading, we'll just jump to a reading by title unless anybody wants to hear it in its entirety. And if they do, then they should make the motion to hear it by its entirety. Sure. So we should just, does any council member want to hear this by its entirety? All right, so first, since we're on the second reading, would just jump into reading it by title. And then after that second reading, we, motion to suspend would be in order.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2024-R-14. Resolution accepting proposal from the Klingers Group for engineering services for the Simmons Avenue Improvement Project and authorizing the interim manager to execute the proposal.
A motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber?
Yes.
I'm sorry. You said yes? Okay. Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya?
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels?
Staying.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter?
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree?
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention, and 1 absent. The motion does pass.
Motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber?
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya?
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels?
Staying.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter?
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree?
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 1 nay, 1 abstention, and 1 absent. The motion does pass.
Mayor, I have a question, either Mr. Desai or Mr. Lemon. So with this not passing, does this mean that we are not going to get Simmons Avenue project done? What is our next recourse?
It's passed.
It's passed with
Oh,
4.
it did pass?
Yeah, it
With
had
4.
votes.
4 aye
It
votes.
was
Going
requested,
forward.
it was requested that we invoke the emergency clause.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the emergency clause yet, but it has passed. And so, if Ms. Mitchell, if that answers your question.
Well, I guess if the emergency clause did not pass, is that 30 days? How is that 30 days going to impact us?
As I've mentioned previously, I've asked for the emergency clause on this so that we could begin the process to get this project underway, because if we don't start construction by July the 1st, we run the risk of losing our grant money. So by not passing on an emergency basis tonight, that means we have to wait 30 days, and that's putting the project in jeopardy.
Thank you.
All right. Motion for the emergency clause.
So moved.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Wait.
Who's
I'm sorry, I
second?
didn't hear anybody who seconded.
Second.
Nona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber?
No.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 1 nay, 1 abstention, 1 absent. The motion does not pass.
So that's a 30-day wait. Okay. All right, let's move on.
So after 30 days, he can start working on it. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Mrs. Desai?
Putting a lot of pressure on us, but that's cool. We'll get it done in spite of.
That's correct, yeah. So, Section 2.11D of the Charter, D as in David, states that each ordinance approved by council will be effective at the end of 30 days following passage, effectively unless there's an emergency clause passed.
Right. We're going straight into new business. Motion in order for ordinance number 2024-01. Is there a motion?
What do you need, Mayor? You need a motion for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll move on that.
Okay, Vice Mayor moved. I'll second.
Is that for title?
Yes, for title.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
I'm sorry, I don't know where we are.
ordinance number 2024-0-1, and we're at the motion to hear legislation by title or entirety.
I'm gonna stay.
Abstain, okay, thank you. Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Yes, for title only.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention, 1 absent. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln.
I'm sorry, I have it as 411. I think Ms. Baber voted no.
She
Abstain.
abstained.
I'm sorry, so it's.
Council,
we've got
411.
two abstentions, right?
No, I voted,
just
I voted
one.
yes on the,
Yes, I'm
yeah.
sorry, okay, my apologies.
411.
Councilwoman Baber abstained, and then Councilwoman Calhoun Munia, aye. Councilman Durant Daniels, aye. Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell, aye. Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter, aye. And Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree, aye. So those are 5 aye votes, 1 abstention, and 1 absent. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, ordinance number 2024-0-1, an ordinance to adopt a plan of operation and governance for electric governmental aggregation.
Any questions? Heard there are no questions. Motion to suspend.
So move.
Been, second? I'll second. It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia,
Yes.
Councilman Durant Daniels,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 2 abstentions, and 1 absent. The motion does not pass.
Don't that pass? We need 5 to suspend, yeah. you're right.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so, looks like we'll have to bring back as a, at the next council meeting for a second reading. grouping them all together, right?
Yeah. So,
18, 19, and 20, is that what it is?
right, the three supplemental appropriation measures are on the consent agenda. And the mayor will ask, is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda? And that will allow the question of adoption and passage of all items to be made by a single motion and vote.
Okay. All right, motion in order for consent agenda for resolutions 18, 19.
Mayor, could you speak up, please?
Yeah, you
Are you
really-
just
Oh.
repeating or just,
We
Put
couldn't
that
hear
energy
you.
back in you.
I need some coffee. I haven't had that
Yeah.
much coffee, so let me get the energy back, okay?
Okay.
Wait a second, when? Coffee today. All right, here we go. All right, motion in order for resolution number 2024 R 18, 19, and 20 for the appropriations of funds from the general fund. I think they're all listed as surplus, aren't they? Yep, surplus to the general fund. What's your pleasure, council?
We just need the one motion.
Oh. All of them.
So, yeah, so this is going to be the motion right here.
Is there a motion to approve? Is there a motion to approve the various items on the consent agenda in the
so
event?
move.
Okay,
Second.
moved in second. Roll call.
Give me 1 second.
I throw
Okay.
you off, I'm sorry.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia. Yes. Councilman Durance Daniels,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 6 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion, do you go to suspend the rules?
No.
No.
Okay, that's done. Okay.
Okay, only thing left is,
You
okay.
ready for it? Okay.
Next.
Yes, okay, we just did that, okay. Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss pending and imminent in litigation. You
Okay.
got it right big at the top.
Okay. All right, you made a motion to go in executive session, I'll second. Roll call, Miss,
Who
Are we
seconded?
inviting the manager in?
yes.
Who
yes.
seconded?
Who second? I mean,
I did.
The mayor did.
Oh,
Oh,
did.
okay, great.
All right, roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munia. Yes. Councilman Durance Daniels,
Staying.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumfree.
Yes.
Okay, we have 5 aye votes, 1 abstention. The motion does pass for executive session at 8:37 p.m.
tonight's council meeting is now back in session. Today's date is Monday, February 26, 2024. The time is now 9:06. Roll call.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber.
Present.
Councilwoman Nona Calhoun Munya.
Present.
Councilman Durant Daniels. No response. Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
Vice Mayor Linda Childs Jeter.
Present.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey.
Present.
We have 5 who are present, 2 who are absent. We do have a quorum.
All righty. Is there any miscellaneous business?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I forgot to announce, and I see Mr. Daniels did not announce it, but on March 2nd, from 2 to 4, there is a program called King Me, Zone 15. It is a community awards ceremony celebrating innovation and leadership in memory of Dr. King. And Councilman Daniels is one of the honorees. So this takes place Saturday, March 2nd, from 2 to 4. And I just want to mention that if anyone sees this flyer, I did have a concern about the flyer, and I did talk to the individual who put it out. This is, I guess, in sponsorship with Lachlan, Woodlawn, and Wyoming, and they all have their logos on the flyer, and our logo is on the flyer as well. I don't know if the village has anything to do per se with the award or anything like that, but, and they also have We Thrive on here. But the thing that alarmed me was that it says The Heights, and I want it to be known that when we are talking about something about the municipality, our government, and that our logo, our symbol is used, it is the village of Lincoln Heights and not the Heights. I did speak with the individual who put the flyer out and was told, oh, that's what we were told, that Lincoln Heights was called the Heights. And I responded, we do that among ourselves, or if we're talking about something other than the municipality, the government of Lincoln Heights. We are the village of Lincoln Heights. We are not the Heights. So if anyone uses our logo, our symbol, we are the village of Lincoln Heights. And so the individual did say that the flyer would be corrected. So I just wanted to make that known. I do have something else, Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
A month or so ago, we had a water issue up on Jackson. And so I'd like to ask Mr. Lemon or Mr. Desai to find out if the village is responsible for the water bill. Now, this was on Jackson, and it was at in the right-of-way, you know, where all the hydrants are. But it's at the property. The water was being used on the property on Jackson, and the property is owned by Shirley Miller, but it is used by the Heights movement for the garden or the farm. The hydrant, we were told by the Woodlawn Fire Department that we could not use that water to water Serenity Park. So I'm just curious as to if Woodlawn gave Shirley Miller or the Heights movement permission to use that hydrant. The water froze. It was all over their fence. It was all over the sidewalk. It was just horrible, and I have pictures, you know. So my concern is, who's responsible for that water bill? Is it the Woodlawn Fire Department? But it looks like we used it, right, because it's in our right-of-way, right? And technically, the hydrant belongs to us. So I'd like to know who would be responsible for that. I don't think the village should be responsible for it. But I would imagine that that would be a very high bill because of the amount of water. And as I was asking around about it, I was told that the water just constantly ran. It just constantly ran. They were using it to water the garden. And that's fine, as long as we don't have to pay for the village. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that works. So if you all can find that out, I'd be appreciative.
I can help you a little bit with that. The time that I saw the water running and asked people to go by to make sure that I actually saw that, I was told by Amos that, and he is the fire chief from Woodline, that they do not have permission to use that, and it does not need to run all the time. The reason is that it would cause a problem if they had a fire there and they need to use that, and it's all frozen up. You know, so that's what I was told as the chair of the safety committee. So, you know, check back with him and see where the water bill is going. Because if they did not have permission to use that water, then there is a problem, especially when you let it run. The hose is there, and it's running and running and running. So at that time, Chief Amos said he was going to send someone over to turn it off, and he did. And the guy, I don't know if it was Pittman or one of them, turned that water off, so it's been turned back on. But he told me, no, you cannot do that, and they didn't give permission for anyone to use that. Yeah.
It's back on again? I mean, it's leaking
This was
again?
last year.
But this was in January that it was
This is
frozen.
something that is
Right.
still going on.
Okay.
Yeah, it says if it freezes up and one of those houses catch on fire, they can't get water to it. They are not allowed to use that water hose. I mean, that hydrant. That's what I was told. But I can check again.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, is there anything else?
Yes,
Anybody?
I do. I have one other thing. So when we talk about our boards and commissions, and now that we have Rita, I just want to know, do we still need a tax board of review? Our tax board of review is set up where if residents have a concern, they can come down and talk to the tax board of review. So if we no longer need that, then we probably need to put it on the ballot or do whatever necessary to remove that as one of the boards and commissions. I had one of the individuals who was appointed on it asked me why hasn't anybody called to meet, and I said, well, I don't think we need it anymore. And I think I asked that question some time ago when we started going through the municipality issue with the taxes, so we need to find that out.
I'll take a look and find out. That's
Thank-
okay with everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other miscellaneous?
Would you also take a look at safety service, see if we can combine law and safety together?
Okay. Okay. All righty. Okay. I guess, is there anything else? Well, if there's nothing further, is there a motion for adjourn?
So move.
Motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion for adjournment.
Second.
Okay, Ms. Baber motion, Vice Mayor second. Then it's moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
All right. Have a good night.